discussion recently on whether or not we should be talking about Trump.
Hi guys.
Right, because there was a debate. Do we show
Welcome to my run of Shadowrun. This isn't Dragonfall, but there's Dragonfall campaign on here. But there's the Dragonfall separate game that's the same thing but better, so I have that. I believe that's second or third in the trilogy. Alright, scale mode. That's better. So I think I start with the first one, right? And we'll go all the way through. So if I plan on playing all three. This is part one. This is why. Dead Man Switch. This is the campaign for the first one, Shadowrun Returns. Then I got Dragonfall here, which ain't that great on here. It's better on the other one. Let's see.
Such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for crawling, new fishing rod for robbing. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours, Rachel.
Now, what does it say in the MSNBC ethics handbook about getting real estate kickbacks from civil settlements? Not sure. We told you last night this isn't about persuasion anymore, it's propaganda. The digital ages and cable. The Mideast isn't on fire, Biden is. Must stop dictator from World War III. While Reed whispers Biden's the reason. I kind of feel like their deprogramming has gotten off to a rocky start. Haley McEnany is the former White House press secretary and co-host of Outnumbered. Haley, if you were caught on a hot mic, you'd sound just as precious and adorable as you always are. You know, you wouldn't sound any different. What makes this annoying and deceitful is that she's a totally different person off camera. What does that tell you?
Completely.
Okay.
I mean, this is the network that pumps Biden over and over and over. It's the preferred network of the administration, I would argue. They send their surrogates out there all the time. And here's what she's saying behind the scenes. This guy's going to start another war, and this is who she's peddling. It is so beneath any line of journalistic integrity. Joy Reid, we know she's never been anywhere close to that. And then you get to Scarborough. You know, Joe Biden's engaged. Who has ever said that? No one except the drunk guy at the bar. But the same Joe Scarborough says Donald Trump wants to execute his generals. Donald Trump wants to use SEAL Team 6 to execute his opponents. No, that was something a judge put forward as a hypothetical, nothing Trump said. But they don't play Trump, so you'd never know if he said it or not.
What about the meat cleaver? What's Trump's defense against the meat cleaver?
I mean, and that is, look, that's coming from someone who is an esteemed Democrat strategist, James Carville, and he says we're coming after you with the meat cleaver. He means it. We've already seen this with the legal battles. They're going to not play him, and that's the tactic we got to watch out for, Jesse. 2016, they played Donald Trump in cool. Now they won't let him speak, but they'll characterize him nonetheless.
All right. Haley McEnany, never been on a hot mic, never will. Thank you so much.
Nope.
Noah's Ark on wheels, just rescued.
Tired hustle and joy for keeping me from doing the things I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my freedom back. It supports healthy muscles and joints.
Shop our expanded family of products at major online retailers.
With majority of my patients with sensitivity, I see irritated gums and weak enamel.
Sensodyne Sensitivity Gum and Enamel.
Relief sensitivity helps restore gum health and reharden enamel. I'm a big advocate of recommending things that I know work.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. And use connecting with skilled professionals to get all your lip projects done well. Focus on the important stuff. With millions of ratings and reviews, you can build confidence. It means comparing quotes or looking at an outright price. Just to choose the best price for you. Because we want everyone to get the most out of their investment. Get started today at Angie.com. We're definitely better.
Yeah, 5 points.
That's not the main focus anymore. Dieting, exercising, and adding GLP-1 per row is a game changer. I have such a sense of mental freedom since I started with row. Food no longer controls my thoughts. The only time used to revolve around food, and now it revolves around what we're going to go do together.
Meet the weekly shop that helps you lose weight. Connect with the provider at row.co.
With every breath, modern living is breaking down your barriers. Armor Colostrum is nature's answer. Armor's premium colostrum harnesses over 400 nutrients. Unleash transformation for your health.
I want to tell you about a really simple thing you can do for your heart. That's the Super Beats, and I swear by it.
Super Beats is America's #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended B brand for heart health support. With clinically studied grapeseed extract to help promote normal blood pressure, nearly 2 times more effectively than diet and exercise alone.
So do something good for your heart and your energy. I love Super Beats.
Get a free month supply on all bundles at freesuperbeats.com. Use discount code FOX and get an extra 20% off.
A heart attack? Do they have life insurance?
No,
But we have it.
Iron lung sounds good.
John.
I'm trying to find something we can afford.
Fortunately, in only a few minutes, Select quote found John a $500,000 policy for only $29 a month. And his wife Anne a $500,000 policy for only $21 a month. Go to SelectQuote.com now and get the insurance your family needs.
At a price you can afford. Select Quote. We shop, you save.
I'm Cole Hauser, and I'm asking you to give $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers Foundation. This foundation is committed to delivering mortgage-free homes for families of first responders and military members who die in the line of duty.
Patrick Myers, man, you are the man. Corporal, thank you for your sacrifice for our country. When we talked about your special home, your smart home, we knew that you needed certain things. So you lost both your legs.
Yes, sir.
Traumatic brain injury.
Yes, sir.
You broke your back.
Yes, sir.
You had internal bleeding.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, PTSD, because how could you not? What does the smart home mean to you? Because so many people donate $11 a month to
Yes,
$2
sir.
right?
Yes,
You
sir.
know that.
But it wasn't until we actually lived in, I realized like this was custom fit for me. Like everything about it was made for me. And
So you can cook and you can
yes, sir. I can take a shower. It's like pretty amazing.
The house is free flowing. So Paul, you have us out here in Montana.
Yeah.
You're helping us as you've been doing.
My big dream was to obviously bring people to Montana that haven't ever seen this place. And so I'm overly, happy and honored to have you here and your family. It fills my heart. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
You paid a big price, and this is a way America says thank you to you and your family because you didn't just serve. Your wife served, your kids served, the Tunnel to Towers. We know the sacrifice you made. We want to say thank you, and our donors want to say thank you.
Yeah, it's a real honor. So thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. It really is good. That's the idea. Visit .org.
Uh-oh. The squad's under federal investigation. Biden's Justice Department just launched a probe into Congresswoman Cori Bush for financial corruption. She allegedly took federal funds and then handed it to her boyfriend. She hired her boyfriend to be her security guard, even though he wasn't qualified or licensed. And then she married him. So it looks like a lover's kickback. Fannie Willis, now Cori Bush, both accused of steering other people's money to the men they're sleeping with. Cori Bush put her lover on the payroll, buried him, so the money goes into a joint checking account now. Oh, and she blamed Republicans for that.
I have not used any federal tax dollars for personal security services. In recent months, right-wing organizations have lodged baseless complaints against me. I retained my husband as part of my security team to provide security services because he has had extensive experience in this area and is able to provide the necessary services at or below fair market rate.
All right, Corey's husband didn't have a security license in her district or in D.C., and she funneled $100,000 to him. Fox confronted him last year. Watch.
What's your role in the campaign right now? So you're not doing any more work with the campaign? Her campaign?
I'm scared. I'm still part of it.
Yeah, you're still part of it?
Still part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have a role in the campaign except I work for the campaign. Remember, he was hired for his brawn. Now, Bush hired a different bodyguard who Primetime doesn't believe she's sleeping with. He moonlights as her spiritual guru. He's an anti-Semitic wizard who goes by the name Aha. Aha claims to be 1 trillion years old, and he has a very special skill set.
I'm going to take you in the book of Proverbs and show you how to make lightning touch where you want it to touch and burns down. I got a chant of Torah that makes fire out of nothing. I got a sword in there that makes tornadoes. Lay it out. That's how I learned how to make tornadoes. That's my science. I know how to manipulate weather.
And Bush paid Aha $165,000. Bush has only been in office for 3 years, and she spent almost $1 million on bodyguards. Remember, this isn't Whitney Houston. This is Cori Bush, who feels she deserves the protection you don't. Bush proposed defunding the police.
You would rather me die? Is that what you want to see? You want to see me die? You know, because that could be the alternative. I have private security because my body is worth being on this planet right now. I have private security because they, the white supremacist, racist narrative that they drive into this country. If I end up spending $200,000, if I spend $10 more on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police.
So Bush has been a thorn in Biden's side, viciously attacking him for defending Israel, and then banned federal investigation. We see a pattern. Biden's prosecutors have gone after Trump, Elon Musk, Goldbar Bob Menendez, Eric Adams, and now the squad. Every time someone F's with a Biden, Biden's FBI shows up, and then he says Trump will use his Justice Department to target his political enemies. Nick Freitas is the host of Making the Argument with Nick Freitas. Nick, do you want to be Corey's bodyguard? Apparently it pays well.
No, I don't. But the part that I'm really mad about right now, Jesse, is I've been an elected official for 9 years, and if you would have told me this whole time I could have been paying my wife to guard my body, I would have been all about that. Like, I had no idea that was an option.
She doesn't even need a security license. She can just guard you whenever you're at work.
That's well, we've been married for almost 25 years, so it's not like she doesn't have experience.
Babe, guard my lips. Come here.
That's it.
And then she takes the money, gives him the money, and then he takes her out to dinner.
Well, this is what happens when you're dealing with these collectivists, right? Where they believe that tax dollars are just their little private piggy bank that they get to use, and they don't have any concern for it because it's not their money. And you know, that's the unfortunate thing, but we see examples of this all over the place. I mean, I can't believe that other example where she's being a wizard, I guess. I don't even know how that works.
I got to put a wizard on my payroll. I need to leave. My goodness. Well, you know, it's a right-wing conspiracy when Biden's Justice Department investigates him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised she didn't leave her just calling us all racist or bigots because we were questioning how she's misappropriating taxpayer money.
Well, I just hope her body is well protected by all of her security guards, the ones she's sleeping with, and the wizards. We love you, Corey. Good luck. Thanks, Nick. Well, over the weekend in Indiana, a semi-truck carrying circus animals burst into flames along the interstate. Officers scrambled to the scene and began rescuing zebras, camels, and even
Baseball
pigs.
bat?
National correspondent and zookeeper Bill Illusion with more.
Yeah, Jesse, the body cam footage from this is pretty crazy. These cops in Indiana rescued pretty much an entire squad of these exotic circus animals, all from a truck that was engulfed in flames. Here's some of that footage. You see a zebra leap out right there. This all happened around 2 a.m. Saturday morning along the side of the Interstate 69 in Indiana. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says one of his troopers
Bat to the fucking head.
was just patrolling the area when they saw this truck on fire. The trooper, along with a deputy and a circus worker, ended up rescuing 5 zebras, 4 camels, and a mini horse. Here's some more. Melody, come on now! And after the animals were saved, a group of camels could be seen walking across the highway. Not something you see very often there. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the fire was ultimately put out, and this initial investigation shows equipment failure was likely the cause of it, and the animals were later blocked from going onto that highway with some barricades. But you can see the zebras just kind of racing off the side of the road there. Back out here, 2 of the cops were treated and released at a local hospital for some smoke inhalation. The driver and all of the animals, Jesse, happy to report, were completely unharmed. Send it back to you.
Great, now Gutfeld can get his mini horse. Thanks, Phil. What the hell happened to law and order?
If you have Graves' disease, your eye symptoms could mean something more. Gritty feeling can't be brushed away. Even a little blurry vision can distort things, and something serious may be behind those itchy eyes. Up to 50% of people with Graves could develop a different condition called thyroid eye disease, which should be treated by a different doctor. See an expert. Find a TED eye specialist at visitted.com.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Revamp is with you every step of the way. From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Revamp, with you every step of the way. Call or visit revamp.com for your free in-home design consultation.
Experience the rich history and culture of the Columbia and Snake Rivers with American Cruise Line, the leader in U.S. river cruising. Aboard the newest fleet of modern riverboats, retrace the journeys of Lewis and Clark as you admire the breathtaking scenic landscapes of the Pacific Northwest. Visit AmericanCruiseLines.com or call for a free cruise guide.
If you're looking for a nutritional supplement that really makes a difference, look at a Mineral Nutrition. Now this exceptional product contains 780 nutrients. It's precisely formulated with the purest of ingredients, and it's inexpensive in relation to the results of nutrition. There's nothing like it. Now look for supplement facts in 2 videos on our website. Place your order online or call 888-497-4535.
There's the guy who said his trade was in perfect condition.
Well, what do you think?
Yo.
Scratch the outside, got a teeny tiny scratch right there, and whoa, game changer. You can be weather check floor liners.
Of course, that's like the cargo liner and seat protector.
The car looks brand new.
So what do you think of my trade-in now?
Just put up, way up.
Love stuff.
Protect your investment. Order your American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with full TV. Try free at FuboTV.com.
A plus in your medicine cabinet. Colds coming up? Zycam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommend it.
People love Zycam's unique zinc formula. It shorts colds. Zycam shorten that cold.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. American News Listen.
American soldiers under attack abroad and a showdown looming at the Texas border, and your President Joe, well, he's failing on every front. We'll break down the very latest tonight on Envy.
We're here with Chris Cunahan of our local leaf filter. So Chris, tell us how leaf filter is different from every other gutter protection on the market.
With Leaf Filter's patented filter technology, there are no gaps, no openings, no place for debris to get in at all. And we install Leaf Filter on your existing gutters. It's a permanent solution. You'll never have to climb a ladder to clean out your gutters again.
That's amazing, Chris. Tell me about the process.
Simple and easy. Just give us a call, set up an appointment. We'll come out, give you a free gutter inspection. If they're sagging, we'll repair them. If they're broken, we'll replace them. If they're in good shape, our local team will install Leaf Filter in as little as a few hours.
Wow, and I understand you guys have a lifetime no clogs guarantee.
We do. It's actually a lifetime transferable no clogs guarantee.
You know, that's peace of mind and then some. So how do people sign up?
To schedule your free inspection, call 833 Leaf Filter today.
Well, like a warm up. Yeah, it's good.
Or visit leaffilter.com.
Inside every Splenda product is a mission to help people live happier, healthier, and longer lives by making it easier to cut out sugar. From our factory to our stevia farm, Splenda's team of over 2,000 individuals are dedicated to helping people live their best lives, taking pride that every day millions say, I use Splenda. With a delicious sweet taste and quality you can trust, Splenda is the easiest way to reduce sugar.
Society's been obsessed with crime capers for centuries. In the late 1800s, British papers began printing Sherlock Holmes. Wildly popular.
That's just lawyer shit.
Hearing about cops cracking cases and catching bad guys. Columbo, the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, American audiences eat it up. But no show is bigger in the modern era than Law and Order. You like your guys in chains?
You like your women at knife point? Those big boys in prison are gonna love your pussy purple.
Tell me you right, right. This is better.
Its #1 spin-off, Special Victims Unit, SVU, has been one of broadcast TV's highest-rated dramas since the Clinton era. Detectives on SUV have spent a quarter-century chasing down rapists, but last week's episode prioritized social justice over actual justice. In the episode, a woman is violently raped in a store dressing room and takes the side of her rapist because he's black. She doesn't want her white privilege to get her attacker locked up. And then her lesbian partner tries to school the cops on racial justice. The welfare of her fiance's rapist keeps her up at night.
How are you holding up? Not really. I was up all night with memory issues. Inconsolable. That's understandable. But when a person goes through a trauma like that,
It's a good story.
you can end up in a very vulnerable state. Yeah, listen about that. Okay, then what? We're acutely aware of the systemic inequities that exist within the criminal justice system. For people like Jay. Yeah. Our concern is that he might not receive a fair trial.
The white lesbian rape victim is worried that her young black rapist won't receive a fair trial because the criminal justice system is racist. This is the first time Primetime has ever heard a rape victim concerned her rapist won't get a fair trial, but I confess I have not seen many Law and Order episodes. And in a plot twist, the rape victim argues the whole case should be tossed. Because who needs justice when you can just see a shrink?
Howie, Jane Watson raped you.
And this is your chance to do something about it.
I'm going to. Believe me. Because I can. I can afford therapy. I have that luxury. And maybe one day I'll be okay. But if that
I remember this guy.
goes to prison, may not be. Ever.
I'm sorry, is this Law and Order George Soros edition? Millions watch the show. Most Americans' only understanding of the legal system comes from watching Law and Order episodes. And NBC is conditioning this audience now to be a good little rape victim. Drop the charges, see a shrink. But only if the rapist is black. If he's white, seek the max. It's social justice engineering on the country's top crime problem. Just 4 years ago, after the Me Too movement, the big guy even did a cameo on SVU.
The greatest abuse of power was rape. It takes a woman a long time to heal. When the victim isn't believed, when she goes through the invasive process of having a rape kit put together, and then is stuck on a shelf somewhere, and then the rape kit is never ever tested, we fail. We fail her. We fail so many women. I'm proud to say today we did not fail.
We went from rape is the most heinous crime imaginable and we can't fail women to drop the charges if he's black. Clinical psychologist Dr. Chloe joins me now. Dr. Chloe, where does a message like this originate?
You know, Jesse, that's a good question. I feel like I'm having whiplash, as you said. I mean, are we in need to and believe all women and time's up? Or is it now that we have to check our victim hierarchy card first, you know, before we move forward? You know, where does that message originate from? I mean, that's a good question. I think to say it about my own profession, but even a lot of the best psychology schools are really feeding in this very harmful narrative to the therapists of the future, I'm sorry to say.
So the woman who was raped just wants to see a psychiatrist and eventually she'll get better, but the real victim, she's saying, is the rapist. Why?
Right, which is, I have no idea why they would think that, because the point of the justice system is threefold. It's retribution, incapacitation, so the person doesn't go out and do it again, and deterrence, so that other potential criminals see what happens to criminals. So by supposedly being too nice to press charges, it's not actually good for even that young man potentially to be deprived of accountability. It's not good for the other future victims that he might have, and it's not good for the society to see that that can be permitted.
Well said. This sends the wrong message, and as you know, TV can be very influential, like this show.
Absolutely. We see things, yes, Waters, in your world.
That's right.
But you're absolutely right. We see things on TV, and on some level, it's what psychologists call modeling. And I'm concerned that what that episode did on some level is give young women the idea that if you're really nice, then you'll think twice before you say anything if there's a victim hierarchy variable at play.
Yeah, that was a very, very, very sad episode. And we don't watch the show, but a lot of people do, and they're impressed by that. And that's not good.
Yeah.
Dr. Chloe, gotta run.
Waters, good to see you.
Gotta pay some bills. Thank you. Not a conspiracy theory. They're putting microchips in our brains now.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I feel free to bare my skin, thanks to Sky Rizzy. I'm celebrating my bare skin. With Sky Rizzy, 3 in 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months. In another study, most people have 90% clear skin even at 5 years. And Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections, or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Thanks to clear skin and Sky Rizzy, this is my moment. There's nothing on my skin, but that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how happy could help you save.
My name is Bob Corbin. I'm 55 years old, and I like to tackle life every single day. My life's never boring. I make sure of that. Whether we're gardening, back at the pond fishing, running a tractor, and moving dirt, playing rock and roll music, there's always something to do. I've been taking Balance of Nature for about 5 years. Absolutely. Balance of Nature helps you feel better. It's just that simple.
Happy New Year! Get 35% off plus a free vibrant spice by using discount code Fox News.
Earwax is a real problem. There are many products that claim to work, but most fail. It can even make it worse.
Why not use what your doctor uses, the WaxRx system? WaxRx is doctor developed and specially engineered to safely flush out earwax. Just look at what is removed. WaxRx has everything you need, including earwax softening drops and our exclusive pH conditioning formula. Don't risk your hearing. Get your own WaxRx system now at Walmart, Walgreens, and other fine retailers.
Parents, is this what your kids are learning about President Trump? There's a reason he's leading the presidential race, and Mike Huckabee wants to show your kids why with the Kids Guide to President Trump. Get it for free at freetrumpguide.com. That's freetrumpguide.com.
Meet the traveler trio, the thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer, each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card, not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect him. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase, others that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
I still love to surf, snowboard, and of course skate. So I take Cuno Magnesium to support my muscle and bone health. Cuno's extra strength, high absorption magnesium helps me get the full benefits of magnesium. Cuno, the brand I trust.
Menopause. Got your attention? It's more than hot flashes and mood swings. Your metabolism slows down, and you start experiencing hormonal weight gain. And oh, trust me, I know from experience how difficult it can be to lose that weight, especially around your middle. That's why there's Complete 50 from Nutrisystem, a weight loss plan designed just for us that can improve our quality of life during the menopause years and beyond.
Lose weight with Complete 50. Shown in a study to reduce harmful belly fat by 8% in your first month.
Complete 50 is designed so you have more calories and carbs early in the day to get the results you want.
Get fully prepared meals, including hearty inspirations that control your appetite for up to 5 hours.
You can lose weight and improve symptoms of menopause. Feel the difference Complete 50 can make in your life.
Order now and get $30 off plus free shipping with promo code FREE.
When Barbara Swiss the turtle's ass.
Never forget the family tradition, huh?
So I made Barbara's new psychic count. I guarantee her maximum refund. Into the turtle's awesome.
Can the Reva support your brain health?
Hey!
Eddie, no, Fraser, Frank. Frank? Brad, how are you? Brad.
Fuel up to 7 brain health indicators, including your memory. Join the Nariva Brain Health Challenge.
Sean, don't you hate it when you miss your favorite shows?
It is the absolute worst, but Fox Nation is about to change all of that.
That's right, now both of our shows.
Streamed the next day, every day.
Jesse Water's Primetime
and Hannity are on Fox Nation.
Well, the future's now, and I am freaking out. Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain tech company, has implanted a microchip into a human brain. The goal is to help blind and disabled people walk and see again, which we support. But this is giving me Fauci vibes, since the mad scientist at Davos already fantasized about mind control.
Rather than a mouse or a keyboard, you can simply swipe with your minds. We can pick up emotional states like are you happy or sad or angry. We can pick up and decode faces that you're seeing in your mind. Simple shapes, numbers, your PIN number to your bank account.
Count me out of getting manipulated by a computer chip in my brain. I've already had enough of my parents telling me what to do my whole life. I don't need Dr. Evil with a joystick turning me into a puppet. How about instead of connecting to a one-world supercomputer, we just go back to connecting with each other in the flesh and in nature, not stuck with wires and chips, sitting alone at home while they extract my soul. When you let them put a microchip in your brain, you're saying I submit.
For the first time in history, it's possible to completely eliminate privacy. Monitoring everybody all the time and knowing everything you do, and not just everything you do, but even everything you think.
Bank of England already prepared their microchip implant RFID chip to be implanted under your skin.
Through wearables and other advances in this technology, technology, that people will be increasingly connected. This, extreme connectivity that does sort of merge humans and machines.
No, I don't want to be a cyborg. I want to be Jesse Waters. I don't want to march into an Apple store so they can make me a slave. It's a slow death march. We've watched it. First, it was computers. They were exciting, but we weren't really relying on them. We could get up and leave. Then it was smartphones, which were better, but you could turn them off. Then came smartwatches, smart goggles. You could always take those off, I guess. Chip, however, permanent. They turn you into a 24/7 consumer, where they buy and sell your thoughts and feelings and force you to shop until you drop. I guarantee Wall Street is going to start trading emotions next decade. Dr. Chris Mattman joins us now. So, Chris, obviously it's not going to start with blind and disabled people. It's going to be people who want chips in their brains just so they can be better. What happens next?
Jesse, thanks for having me on. What happens next is they already have all of the data to reproduce these senses. It's no stranger to the fact that, the elite like Elon Musk and so forth, people who have access to hundreds of millions of hours of video from Teslas, of driving, of people, having their faces scanned, having, cameras inside the car. There's no stranger to the fact that they can listen to you and all of these things. But that data that they have, they just reduce the opportunity cost to collect it by an immeasurable amount. Jesse, now with this brain implant, they can apply those models they already have to basically restoring these senses. But the real big question, that I have, Jesse, is what happens when they start to take the data from you and they start to export it?
And they start to what, excuse me?
When they start to export it. So,
right.
Imagine a brain implant.
What did they do to the monkeys? Didn't it not go so well for them?
Yeah, so what you're bringing up is that basically if you look at what happened with Neuralink, all of the trials that they did on mouses and monkeys and so forth, it didn't end up so good for them. They had a number of monkeys who had blood in their stool. They had a number of monkeys who basically went into cardiac arrest and died. The folks that are working on this don't seem to have a problem destroying monkeys or destroying animals or destroying anything like that. And personally, Jesse, I don't think they have a problem destroying humans, so destroying a few humans along the way to kind of get to the ultimate outcome, which is, again, and the worry that I have, exfiltrating this data. The real problem, Jesse, is when they start to read our thoughts and exfiltrate that information, and think of all sorts of uses for it. Yeah.
Well, I think probably Musk wants to know what women are thinking. And that's really the real reason behind that, because once you know that, you pretty much know everything. But we'll have to have him on the show to see what that's really about. Thank you so much. And now I'm terrified. Get it together. Where books are sold, you can go on Amazon right now, and you type in "Get It Together" by Jesse Waters. Some of the chapters that we have in this, we talk to a BLM supporter, African nationalist, a vegan Instagram extremist, people that want to open the borders, open the prisons, toad lickers. Yes, we talked to a toad licker for 3 hours, and I'm feeling very good about myself, and you will too when you order "Get It Together." Do some text. Marshall from Sag Harbor, New York. Is your mom going to read your new book? I think she'll get through this one. Sam from West Virginia. If Trump uses windmills to electrify his wall, will that make it okay? I don't know. What about electric gators? Do those count? Sharon from Livonia, Michigan. If Kellyanne Conway said she was going after Biden with a meat cleaver, she'd have her house raided that same night. Aren't you right? Michael from Florida. Jesse, this is the chip in my brain texting you. Oh, you got the chip? Very good. Connie from Louisiana. So the zebra survived. That is a prime time first. Yeah, we rescue zebras here at prime time. We would never do anything to harm a zebra. Ever. DVR the show. Order Get It Together. I'm Waters, and this is my world.
Articles of impeachment against Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, and this as Biden says he's done all he could possibly do at the border, which is as big a lie as him telling us for 3 years that your border was closed and secure. Now, Jim Jordan and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, they'll weigh in and join us in a few minutes. Also, what Taylor Swift might not know about the Democrats that are trying to woo her. I'll explain it tonight. Also, but we begin tonight with this. It is time to stop funding the United Nations, the WHO, the WEF, get out of the Paris Climate Accords, and all these other globalist organizations. Why are we supporting these groups? Historically, the UN, for example, has been anti-American, anti-Semitic. The WHO was the propaganda wing of China during COVID, and now a new Israeli intelligence document spelling out very disturbing allegations against a dozen employees working for a UN agency, the UNWA, which, by the way, claims to provide assistance to Palestinian refugees. Now, according to the document, all 12 employees took part in the October 7th Hamas terror attacks, including 7 who stormed into Israeli territory, were allegedly responsible for truly despicable acts, and intelligence shared with the United States estimates that about 1,200 employees of this agency have links to Hamas or the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. In light of these allegations, the U.S. and many other countries, they have cut funding, rightly so, to the agency, which has sparked outrage from the radical left. Even Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez is calling for funding to be restored immediately. Shocker. As did Bernie Sanders, who said, quote, "We cannot allow millions to suffer because of the alleged actions of 12 people," echoing remarks from the White House yesterday. Take a look.
Let's not impugn the good work of a whole agency because of the potential bad actions here by a small number. I am not dismissing the seriousness of the allegations against those employees, and whether there's going to be more that will be found. Hopefully, the investigation will give us more insight.
All right, here's the problem. This administration is once again a day late, dollar short. Now, since 2021, they have funneled more than $1 billion of your tax dollars to this agency. Back in 2018, former President Donald Trump, he cut all U.S. funding to the UN RWA, and once again, he's been proven right. Let's
save this.
Editorial board, they stepped up, and they took it one little step further by calling for the U.S. to stop funding the United Nations altogether.
Then we'll definitely continue it next time.
It is time for America to now.
All right, guys, peace out.
Stop being a sucker nation. Stop paying the bulk of the freight, meaning your tax money, to organizations that don't even like us, and basically side.